Welcome to News Channel 8. I'm Junior Garcia, and here are some of the stories we have for you tonight. Children injured in shootout. More on the governor's 2015 budget, and St. Croix native named top chef. These stories and more up next on News Channel 8.
TV8 News is brought to you by Total Excellium. More protection, more miles. Total, you know where to turn.
In tonight's top story, 2 children, one as young as 7, was wounded by gunfire yesterday afternoon at the David Hamilton Jackson Terrace housing community on St. Croix. Both children sustained superficial injuries, not directly related to the shooting, according to Melody Rames, police spokesperson. A 7-year-old child sustained a laceration to the hand and was treated at Governor F. Wang Louis Hospital and Medical Center. The other child had a bruise on the back and also received treatment at the hospital. Neither child was hit directly by bullets. It appears that they were injured in the aftermath of the incident, she said, after they added they have been injured while running away from the area. Anyone having information regarding this incident is urged to contact detectives at 712-6030, 712-6077, 911, or call Crime Stoppers USVI at 1-800-222-TIPS. You can also text USVI plus your message to crimes. That's 274637. In other news, Governor John D. Young Jr. responded after he submitted his legislation of the budget shortfall. Here, he speaks on a proposed borrowing.
After a number of meetings that I've had with the senators personally at Government House, and also the host of meetings that my financial team has had with them, and the meeting I had most recently last week, I let them know that I was going to be sending down a package to be able to address a couple of items. Most critical of all is to look at the fiscal year 14 shortfall, which was about approximately $30 million to the general fund. Of course, the primary checking account that funds all the activities of government. We've been able to bring that down from an original $70 million, you recall, from a number of initiatives that took place, including discussions with the Department of Interior and reducing allotments to departments. But this is about as far as we can bring it down this year. And to avoid any drastic actions or cuts, the only way to get over this hurdle, particularly with only four months left in the fiscal year, is to look at the borrowings. I've submitted a request to the legislature that I had outlined to the senators to look at a borrowing that would address the general fund shortfall. But in addition to the general fund shortfall, begin to look at our hospitals, the Governor Juan F. Louis Hospital and Medical Center, the Roy Lester Schneider Regional Medical Center, in terms of acknowledging the fact that they've got some working capital needs, but in addition to that, there's some tremendous past due obligations that's due to the Virgin Islands Water and Power Authority, and that's getting to a very critical stage with WAPA that it could have implications with respect to their debt, their bond rating, particularly given the aggregate amount that's owed. So I'm requesting a borrowing that would allow us to adjust the working capital of the government on the general fund, some financial needs for the hospitals so they can begin to address some of their past due critical obligations that are outstanding, and also to pay their WAPA receivables, which clearly would benefit us and benefit the authority, particularly at this very critical time as it is transitioning towards a different fuel source. What I'm trying to achieve, and more than anything else, is the borrowing is not an option I would have wanted to do, but I think under the circumstances, it is the only way to address all these needs that we now have.
New tonight, despite being wounded by gunfire, a St. Thomas man managed to escape further harm by fleeing into a hotel for help Saturday afternoon. According to police spokeswoman Melody Rames, witness reported that a male victim ran into the Windward Passage Hotel. Shot in the back of his left leg, he was transported to Snyder Hospital by ambulance, according to Rames. According to the Virgin Islands Territory Emergency Management Agency records, 911 dispatchers received a report of an assault in the area of the Windward Passage Hotel at 2:29 p.m. Saturday. And over the weekend, the wholesale price of gas on St. Croix went down just a notch, offering a much welcome change to the spike in gas prices in recent weeks. The change will lower the rack rate, the price of fuel purchased wholesale at the Hovenza truck loading station on St. Croix, for regular gasoline by 1 cent per gallon and for premium gasoline by 4 cents per gallon. The price of diesel fuel did not change. Under today's adjustments, independent gas station operators in the territory now are paying $3.47 per gallon for regular gasoline, $3.68 per gallon for premium gasoline, and $3.45 per gallon for diesel fuel when they buy their fuel wholesale at Hovenza. These prices include the 14 cents per gallon tax that Hovenza collects for the government. The rack rates influence retail gasoline prices in the territory because independent gas station operators can buy their gasoline at the loading station, then resell it to their customers. The new rack rates are effective through Sunday. Well, you know, folks, every little bit counts. Stay tuned. We have more news right after this.
This is News Channel 8. This is News Channel 8.
And now, here is Cynthia Graham with your nightly Caribbean Report.
Thank you, Junior. Filipinos in Bermuda are treated like, quote, indentured servants, taken advantage of, and discriminated against, a Filipino woman living in Bermuda told a local newspaper. Despite living on the island for 14 years with her Bermudian husband, the woman, who wished to remain anonymous, said she faced abuse from the day she arrived. They say things like, "You're in Bermuda just to earn dollars." In other words, they're trying to tell me that I'm just using my husband so I can work, the woman said. Filipinos have been coming to Bermuda to work since the late 1600s in order to provide for their families back home. However, one Bermudian man close to the Filipino community on the island is fighting to help Filipinos become aware of their rights. Some tragic news being reported out of St. Vincent. The bodies of a father and son were recovered today after they went missing off the coast of St. Vincent on Saturday while swimming at the Sans Souci beach on the island's east coast. Rescue teams had been searching for football coach Othaniel Del Plessis, 39, and his 6-year-old son, Ito. The tragic ordeal began when Del Plessis' son and 2 other youngsters got into difficulties in the water. The coach and another swimmer went to rescue the children, but Del Plessis and his son were swept away. The Coast Guard assisted in the search of the sea that is notoriously rough with dangerous undercurrents. And finally, tonight we turn to Montserrat, where a local man had an idea, and with the stroke of his paintbrush, it became a reality. Montserrat visual artist Taboo Dewberry lovingly and painstakingly created works with his unique eye for detail that now adorn the retaining wall alongside the main road in Montserrat's business district. In a series of commissioned work, Dewberry, who is also a Calypsonian and band leader, is recapturing pre-volcano life in the island's Plymouth neighborhood in the permanent exhibition titled Memory Lane. And if you're visiting Montserrat this summer, be sure to check out the exhibition, which is free and open to the public. This has been tonight's Caribbean Report. I'm Cynthia Graham. We'll be back tomorrow to bring you more news and views from in and around the Caribbean. Junior, back to you.
Thank you, Cynthia. The Board of Corrections, in conjunction with Home Depot, is giving back to the community by providing local fire stations on St. Croix with a much-needed facelift.
Good day. We're here, the Virgin Islands Fire Service, St. Croix District, with an initiative here, a project that came to fruition. We're trying to restore and give all our fire stations a facelift. We are here. I just want to thank the Bureau of Corrections, BOC, for again granting us the privilege of having our inmates to come out and assist with this project. We're here with the fire department employees, and I know the feedback we're getting is, they're saying that they're really glad to see that our fire stations are getting that facelift. I want to thank our chief, our director, for actually endorsing our ideas and bringing it forth. Because I had this idea for a long time, trying to get it out of the ground. And again, like I said, the deputy chief, I came to him and the chief, and they gave me the blessings to come out and do this. Again, it's just something that we take it from our heart to just make sure that we can, keep our Virgin Islands, St. Croix especially, looking good. We just want to make sure that let the fire department employees, firefighters know that definitely we care, the people, the fire service care, and we definitely want to make sure that we keep our buildings up and it could be there for generations until our grandchildren and children to come could actually enjoy this station. Again, I'm here with Mr. David Clark. He's one of the firefighters who house here on his shift. Maybe you want to say a few words.
Mr. I feel good about this. I'm proud to see what actually Charlemagne is doing, because it not only uplift the station, but it uplift everybody that passed by to see how the station is looking now, And that was a good thing that, he came up with, because you can see everybody, is relaxed. We like the color, everything. And like I said, those guys are doing a good job,
We're going to now work ourselves from west all the way to east. So right now we're in the finishing touches stages of Frederickstead. This is Emil Henderson Senior Fire Station. This is in Frederickstead. We call it F Company. From there we're going to move to Grove. From Grove we're going to move to Richmond, and from Richmond to East End. The goal is to make sure we can give all the stations a facelift, and from there we're going to work from outside in and any other little stuff that we can do to make sure that we make it very easy and more comfortable for the fire department firefighters, the men and the women here. We're going to try our best. We want to definitely thank Home Depot. Home Depot donated all the paint that we're utilizing here today. All our paints came from Home Depot, and it didn't cost us nothing. It was fully donated. Hermie and her crew, Rebecca, all of those girls down there for human resources, definitely when we came out, we asked them if they can help us out. They're full-hearted. They gave us all of this paint for free. It's a lot. 5 gallons of paint made a difference. As you can see, the station has now totally transformed into a nice, beautiful building.
And a job well done. The Caribbean Tourism Organization named Chef Digby Stridon of St. Croix as its Chef of the Year during the Rum and Rhythm competition recently held during New York City Caribbean Week. Chef Digby stood out among 30 other competitors with his locally inspired red grout dish. Don't go anywhere, we have more news straight ahead.
This newscast has been sponsored by Mario's Virgin Crystal. Let us save you the hassle of lugging those jugs around. Purified bottled water conveniently delivered to your home or office. Also available in your favorite grocery store. Call 773-2810.
This is News Channel 8. This is News Channel 8.
And finally tonight, highlights from students of Claudio Marco School as they perform at a recently school show.
Everywhere I'm turning, nothing seems complete. I stand up and I'm searching for the better part of me. I hang my head from sorrow, a slave to humanity. dreamt I stood in a studio and watched two sculptors there. The clay they used was a young child's mind, and they fashioned it with care. One was a teacher. The tools she used were books, music, and art. The other, a parent, working with a guiding hand and a gentle, loving heart. Day after day, the teacher toiled with a touch that was deft and sure, while the parent labored by her side and polished and smoothed it over. And when at last their task was done, they were proud of what they had wrought. For the things they had molded into the child could neither be sold nor bought.
Don't go anywhere. We have your weather coming up next.
Your weather coming up next. Your weather.
And here's a look at your local weather.
Tonight, isolated showers after 8 p.m. Partly cloudy with the low around 76. East wind around 17 miles per hour. Chance of precipitation is 20%. Wednesday, isolated showers. Sunny with the high near 89. Heat index values as high as 99. East wind around 16 miles per hour. Chance of precipitation is 20%. Wednesday night, isolated showers, partly cloudy with a low around 72. East wind around 18 miles per hour. Chance of precipitation is 20%. On Thursday, isolated showers, sunny with a high near 89. East wind around 16 miles per hour. Chance of precipitation is 20%. On Thursday night, isolated showers, partly cloudy with a low around 71. East wind around 18 miles per hour. Chance of precipitation is 20%. This is Cheryl Francis with your Channel 8 News Weather.
Thank you for tuning in. That's all we have for local news, but do not forget to like us on Facebook at WSVI-CH8 and follow us on Twitter at WSVI-TV News. And be sure to subscribe to Channel 8 on your YouTube at WSVI-TV News Channel 8. Watch us on your computer, plus use the free Dish Anywhere app to DVR us or see us anywhere in the world on your smartphone or your tablet. I'm Junior Garcia, and World News is up next. Good night, Virgin Islands.
TV8 News was brought to you by Total Excellium. More protection, more miles. Total. You know where to turn.